All right. Hello and welcome, Sonder fam. So glad to see everyone here on a Thursday night. Keep in mind that really I can't see you. There's no cameras for anyone but me. There's no microphones for anyone but me. So you don't have to worry about if you've got a kiddo or you've got a pet or you've got a significant other babbling and going around in the background, right? I'm the only one you can hear tonight. So, my name is Maya, and I am coming to you from Denver, Colorado, where we had another lovely day, but I hear snow is on the way possibly tomorrow. But that's what happens in Colorado in February, so we're kind of used to that. With me tonight, my co-facilitator is Katie Gideon. She is coming to us from across the pond, where it is much later there than it is here. But luckily, she's a night owl over there in Scotland, so she'll be monitoring the chat, checking if anybody has any questions, needs me to go back a slide. I try to keep an eye on the chat as well, but sometimes it gets going kind of fast, and so I don't see something, right? So please feel free to let us know if there's anything we can do to help. And tonight, I'm very excited because I haven't got to actually facilitate an actual journal prompt social in quite some time. I do the monthly setups a lot and I do the weekly setups a lot. But now tonight, we're going to dig into some of our journal prompts, which is great because I know a lot of times people, maybe they're not quite sure how to tackle this part, or they kind of feel like, I don't know what to do. So we're glad to have you here with us. Is this anyone's first social that you're attending here with us tonight? You can just kind of put me in the chat or say yes or my first time. We love to see our new folks just as much as we love to see our returning folks. I see Marie raising her hand. There's another first time. So just be sure that you set your chat to everyone. Otherwise, the only people that see your comments are myself and Katie. So if you ever put something in the chat and you're not getting a response to it, it could very well be that you have it defaulting to host. And and panelists. No, Taylor, I was not going to call you our old folks. You are our returning Sonder fam, right? And we very much value all of our Sonder fam. We love everyone who takes some time out of their day to join us, to spend some self-care time working on your journal. So let's see. Yeah. So everyone's setting their chat. Folks are setting their chat to everyone, and you do not have to participate in the chat, right? If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just kind of focus on your journal. I'll play some music while we're working on things. So absolutely no worries there, right? So just a few community guidelines just to remind us all that we want to make sure that we're kind and courteous to ourselves and others. No promotions or spam. We respect everyone's privacy, no hate speech or bullying. Limit those repetitive product and accessory questions. If you have questions about pins and stickers and washi tape and that kind of thing, the best place to do that is in our app, our Sonder Club app, because then people can give you lots of links and those kinds of things. If you have any customer care inquiries like those, maybe you need to do an address change or a billing inquiry, those all go to hello@silkensonder.com. Katie and I don't have access to your accounts. We can't see like what address or the billing or anything like that. So all of those go to hello@silkensonder.com. And then keep in mind that our Sonder Socials are a tool to help elevate your emotional health through the power of community, but you are responsible for your own emotions, well-being, and decisions. So if there's ever a prompt that we're working on that just isn't your jam, you're just kind of not feeling it, you don't really want to address that particular area right now, it's fine to go and do something else. You can do something else in your journal. You can just sit back and chill and listen to the music until we start to work on something else, right? It really is totally up to you. And if you don't want to hear my voice, you can always mute me and turn on the closed captioning so you can see what I'm saying. And if you don't like the music, you can always mute that too, right? So really, this is for you. This is you time. So you do what you need to do to make this an enjoyable time for you. So as you hopefully know, this month we are digging into confidence. Believe it or not, we're already on the 15th of February, and it's a short month, although it is a leap year, so we get an extra day, but it's still, we're trucking into the halfway mark, right? So hopefully you've had some fun kind of digging into this theme of confidence and kind of seeing like, what does this mean? And if you haven't had a chance yet, on page 3, there's the little place where you can kind of put your own definition in, right? There's the definition from, the dictionary, but then you put to you. So to you, confidence means what? Right. And so to me, confidence means the unshakable belief in my ability, is what I wrote. So hopefully you've kind of had a chance to um, give yourself that definition, to kind of think about that. Yeah. And Taylor is saying, oh, it's the 15th. It's time for the currently page. So that's always a good reminder. If you haven't had a chance to do that, that's on page 39. That's kind of a place where you can put kind of what you're currently loving, feeling, enjoying, etc. It's always kind of a fun place to put that. And we'll probably touch on that this weekend when we do the weekly setup too. So let's jump into our agenda, right? So first we're going to have a little opening activity, kind of fun. And then we're going to work on page 14, which are those confidence journal prompts. And then we're going to work on page 19, which is the sketch. But before you panic and say, I'm not good at drawing, I'm not an artist, I can't do this, right? You don't have to draw. I'm going to have lots of options, lots of other things for you to do. So don't panic at all just because it says sketch, right? So find a blank notes page or scratch pad for the week, or maybe it's your thoughts journal or a sticky note, or you could do this maybe on your phone. And you could actually, if you have like Spotify, or I'm not sure if some of the other apps will let you make your own playlist, but what we're going to do is we are going to make a confidence playlist. Right. And I know lots of folks have already kind of started doing this. A lot of people like to, at the beginning of each month, they like to just kind of start finding the songs that speak to them, that speak to the theme, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to create a playlist of your favorite songs that get you feeling empowered and pumped up. And you can add to this or revisit it throughout the month to help ground yourself. So what I did pick, so I was like, what music should I play while they do this? Because I don't want to play a song that makes them not be able to think of other songs. So I have some lovely classical music to play. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt your thought process as you're thinking of your songs. So I'm going to play that. And I love folks are popping names of songs into the chat. So just pop those names of songs. You might give someone some inspiration. We're just going to take a few minutes. You can write it. Like I said, you can write it down. You can kind of do whatever works for you. And then we'll check back in here in just a few moments. All right. Wow. Such an amazing list of songs. Hopefully you, if you, even if you didn't contribute in the chat, you're kind of writing some of these down or taking some screenshots of some of the things folks have. There's some new ones that I hadn't heard of. But yeah, I love seeing Roar. Of course, Katy Perry comes up quite a bit. Taylor Swift songs come up quite a bit. What else? Anything by Fleetwood Mac, Jason Mraz. Looking at the We Are the Champions, some Florence and the Machines going on in there, Dancing in the Street. What else is in here? I'm just kind of scrolling through. Raise Your Glass by Pink. Try by Kobe Calais. All I Want, Toad the Wet Sprocket. It's always such a great band name. This Is Me from Greatest Showman. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I am all about music and having music kind of set the tone. And like, I love picking out songs for our socials, and I love making playlists for different themes or different reasons to kind of help with a mood, all of those kinds of things. So hopefully you have kind of some ideas of some things you want to make for the playlist. Like I said, Spotify does a great job making a playlist. I'm not sure if I'm sure some of the other streaming services, probably Apple Music lets you do that, and some of the other ones too, right? But yeah, so love all these ideas, and feel free, like if you make a playlist, you can always screenshot and share in Sonder Club. Spotify, I pay for Spotify, so I'm not sure if it's free to do the playlists in there or not. But to me, I use Spotify a ton, so it's worth the $10. Oh, Brenda's saying yes, it is Spotify. You can make playlists for free, so you probably get ads, I think, in there. But yeah, so yeah, love it, love it. And I mean, I don't have stock in Spotify or anything. I'm just like, to me, that's the easiest one to use. But yeah, Amazon Music, I think probably you can make playlists. So just kind of experiment with that. Of course, I remember back in the day when I used to make mixtapes. And then I also remember burning CDs, right? I would make mix CDs too, right? So Spotify makes life a lot easier. But although knowing that sometimes songs get pulled, which is kind of frustrating because different artists or whatever kind of pull their music. Yeah, Andrea says I still have a boombox. Love it. Yeah, I still have all my mixtapes, but I don't have anything that I could play them in because all of those things broke. So yeah, so hopefully had some fun, got some ideas. And music really, I feel like, is a really good confidence booster if you want to kind of play that song to kind of get you going, get you jazzed. Love that you were able to kind of come up with some of those. So now that we've got some music that we can kind of keep track of here, let's dive into our journal prompts on page 14. And if you don't have your journal, don't worry, I'm going to have the journal prompts up there so you can just kind of write them down. So no worries about that. So there's 3 different prompts, and we're going to kind of look at each one. What I'll do is we'll go through all 3 of them, and then I'll just kind of cycle through the ideas for each 3 of those and give you plenty of time to work on this and write these things down. So our first prompt, that first little box up there, asks you what words or images come to mind when you think of the word confidence. So I threw some words in here, just did like a synonym search, right, for confidence. We've got assured, optimistic, hopeful, secure, self-confident, proud, self-assured, strong, poised, composed, serene, collected, unperturbed. I like unperturbed is kind of a fun one. Self-asserting, unshaken. So those are some kind of fun words. And then there's some fun little pictures that I found. So if you've got one of those fun little printers, you can always find some of these fun little pictures to kind of plug in, or you can draw little sketches in here. Again, it's kind of up to you what you want to put in this little box, right? The next little box, the one in the middle, wants you to make a list of things you're most proud of, right? And then think about how they impact your sense of confidence. So I gave you lots of examples here to think about. And I know sometimes trying to, what's the word I'm trying to say? Kind of like when you toot your own horn, a lot of us don't like doing that, right? So I'm giving you some different ideas of things that you could think about, things that you're proud. Maybe you're proud of your smile and the way it lights up the world, the way you carry yourself with confidence, how much you care about your loved ones and the world, challenges that you've overcome, right? Think of any challenges that you've overcome, lessons you've learned, doing things even when you're nervous, taking the next step even when you're scared, trying something new, quitting a job you hate, sticking to a job to pay the bills, going after your dream job, braving a blind date. I know we've had some Sonder folks talking about having blind dates and varying levels of success with that. Traveling somewhere new and foreign, learning another language, developing a new skill, admitting when you're wrong, not boasting when you're right, saying no to things you don't agree with, saying yes to things that excite you. And if you're still like trying to think of some other things, you can be proud of yourself for showing up for yourself tonight, for being here with us, and for spending some time with us, right? So that's the middle box. And again, I'll cycle through these as you work on them. So the bottom box wants you to think of a role model who embodies confidence. What is it about them that you admire? So this could be a celebrity, right? This could be your mom, an aunt, sisters, neighbors, coworkers. It could be characters in books. It could, and it doesn't have to be female centric. I feel like I kind of went that route, but as Katie pointed out to me, my lion, my little kitty cat, and the lion in the mirror is a little boy. So we've got that too, right? So it could be dads and uncles and brothers and again coworkers, right? Like just think of anybody that kind of inspires you. And when you think of confidence, who is this person and what is it about them that you admire? So I am just going to cycle through these, right? Play a little bit of music for you, let you work on that. And I see some folks are kind of sharing in the chat, different people, different the different things that they're proud of. So sharing in the chat is definitely encouraged, and we'll check back in here in just a few moments. right. Thank you all so much for the beautiful, very vulnerable um, sharing in the chat, right? Things that you are proud of. And sometimes there are things that we're proud of that maybe it took us a while to actually feel proud of that, right? Maybe we felt like we were a failure at first, right? So folks talking about quitting jobs to do something different or to be full-time stay-at-home moms, being proud of getting a divorce, right? When they were not in a good marriage, leaving a relationship because it was not working, right? I think there's a lot sometimes that we think, we do a lot of things we think we're supposed to do. We think that there's this way that things are supposed to be, but really starting to realize that having the confidence to do what you know is right and to maybe move out of bad situations and to push yourself forward sometimes is definitely something to be proud of. I saw lots of folks who had, different college degrees, people who bought their first home, loved seeing all of these different kinds of fabulous things to really be proud of. And then I also really loved the list of role models, right? Lots of folks had their grandmas. I will say my grandma was one. I saw somebody had said something about their grandma being able to like fix everything and she could do anything. And I think Gloria, yeah, you were saying that, yeah, my grandma was definitely super clever. She could like fix things. She could like make things very custom. I wish I had half of her ingenuity, because sometimes I just think like, gosh, it would be so great if I could do things like she could. Folks who, really when they think of who embodies confidence, they think of their mom. They think of, again, siblings. They think of, again, different people from history, right? Lots of people in history that had to go through lots of things to be able to make things how they are for us today. So thank you all so much for sharing all of those fabulous stories. And hopefully you've got a nice page here. And this is a good page to keep, maybe take a picture of and keep it after this month is over, because it's nice sometimes when we need a little confidence boost. You can play your little confidence playlist that you made at the beginning, and then you can look at these journal prompts and feel that sense of accomplishment and feel proud, right, as you go forward, right? All right. So fabulous job with that. And if you're not through and you want to keep working on that for a little bit, absolutely fine. We got plenty of time for you to keep doing that. We are going to jump over to talk about page 19, right? And this is where it says sketch. So again, remember in the theme of Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, like just kind of maybe give yourself a good shake. If you don't want to draw, you don't have to draw. Like this is for fun. This is just for you. None of us are going to come over and check your journal and say, oh, you didn't draw in the sketch, it's wrong, right? That's not how this works. This is your journal. So you can use your pens, your pencils, markers, any kind of art supplies that you have to work on this page. Things that you want to keep in mind. You don't have to draw anything, right? Think about things before maybe you even start. You can just think about things that bring out the joy in you. Allow yourself to be you, right? Maybe just write down what brings you joy. It could be knitting. I saw we have lots of crochet folks in here. It could be sitting under a tree, things that just bring you joy. Just start kind of writing them down, free form. Don't edit yourself, just kind of write them down in a sticky note. And again, start out with sticky notes to just jot down maybe the names of people, activities, interests, TV shows, movies, places that you like to go, that just lift you up and just make you feel happy. Oh, Paul, I love that. The sound of children's laughter, right? And I see that we have a couple crocheters. I knew we had some crocheters. I think there's some knitters too. So just kind of think of any of those kinds of things, right? And then maybe you have some quotes that you really, really like, that really speak to you and help you with that idea of confidence. And then when you feel inspired, you can start drawing or start writing or making doodles or list things out. Yeah, and Katie was putting in there, the prompt on this page says, what people in your life make you feel confident? What activities, hobbies, or interests help you feel most confident? Sketch freely below what captures the feeling of confidence in you. Yes, and I know, I think yesterday Meha did the daily ritual with this page. So the great thing about that is I have lots of examples for you from your fellow Silk and Sonder members that when they posted, I was able to copy those and pop those in so you can see some super fun examples. So I also kind of threw in just some different fun quotes. I like the one from Edison that says, if we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. Love that. The most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. With confidence, you have won before you have started. It's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Sometimes the hardest part of the journey is believing you're worth the trip. The root of true confidence grows from our ability to be in unconditional friendships with ourselves. And then the believe in yourself. But if you notice, they highlight the be and then you, right? So it's like be you, believe in yourself. I think that's kind of a fun little quote there, a little scratch piece of paper there. So here's some examples of things that folks did. Maybe something will speak to you as you work to fill in this page, or if you've already started on this page or you've done it, you can keep working on it if you want to. You can switch on over to the coloring page. You can just kind of contribute in the chat and talk about what you did, right? So the one person, they have lots of fun little stickers over here on the left, and then a nice little quote about the grand essentials to happiness in this life are something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. Made that nice little piece there. The one on the right is a little Valentine love letter that this person got from someone that they had helped. So they just kind of put that right in there, right? Very classic, very pretty, very, very nice to kind of see that in there. Then we have the super lovely with the pencil little drawing, right? And they have kind of a, looks like a little person with a flower, a book, maybe it's I think that's a needle and some thread, maybe doing some sewing, the sun, some paper, maybe some writing. So again, those things that activities, hobbies, and interests that help you feel confident. And notice she wrote at the top, confidence is not a destination, it's a journey. And then over on the right, she put the names of people up in the top and then kind of color coded some of the little things in the bottom. So she has different things like shooting creative content and self-portraits and creative editing, making myself feel like a celebrity, documenting my life, getting dressed up and accessorizing. So I love she kind of has this little, it's kind of like a little flow chart, right, for the kinds of things that help her feel confident, the things in her life that help her feel confident. Another one with some fun little collage going on here. We've got a little poem here about myself in the middle and some other pretty little stickers and pictures. The one on the right, she kind of writes out a little bit there at the top about the people. This person always trusts me to do what is right for our family. David gives me confidence in our investments. My sister believes in me and prays for me. My kids give me unconditional love and confidence. And then just drew like a pretty little doodle there. Beautiful, lovely. Some more really pretty ones. Again, another really pretty collage with some kind of highlighter coloring in there with just some pictures. She's got Brave, you know, from Brave, Merida, different kinds of pictures there. She's got another version of like a little person looking in the lake and they're a lion. The one on the right, again, some pretty little sketches connecting to nature, meaningful work, books that make a difference, successful leadership. So just kind of those examples of things, again, that make you feel confident, make you kind of look at what that is. And then finally, we have one, again, it's stickers, just a bunch of fun stickers, right? To just kind of symbolize to her, number one for you. Hello, I am capable. I love that. I got this. I did it. Hello, I am strong, right? Like all these beautiful things. And then I found some fun pictures where they took a quote that was particularly lovely and kind of did it to match the background. So they have like, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. And it kind of has it like a water there. And then there's one at the one above that says, stop wanting things and put all your energy into becoming the kind of person that would already have them, right? And they kind of have that written. So you can kind of think that might be a fun way if you have a quote, maybe you want to do it in a particular doodly fashion so that it will look kind of artsy there, right? So lots of great examples. I'm going to be quiet. I see lots of folks sharing in the chat, talking about, drone flying and photography with videos. I love that. Composing music. Sarah, how fun. Having quotes like from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, cello playing, ballet, dancing, right? So feel free to share what you would like, work on this section, and then we'll check back in here in just a little bit. Oh, right. I love, love, love seeing everything that folks were putting in the chat. I see a lot of folks are saying, I went sticker crazy, right? That's absolutely fabulous. Like, I love to see that and really kind of thinking of all of those things that really make you feel confident, right? And just this is another good one to kind of hang on to even after this month is over, to just remember that feeling of confidence and kind of taking a look there. So believe it or not, we have come to the end of our hour. It's always so fast. It's always such a fast time. And again, we would love it if you feel comfortable sharing your pages. Like I said, I got all of those examples were from our fabulous Sonder fam who were willing to put themselves out there and share that, right? And I think I know I've heard from some of you like, oh, I don't want to post on Sonder Club. Mine isn't as fancy as somebody else's, or my drawing isn't as good as somebody else's, or I don't feel like it's as creative. Like, don't do that to yourself, right? You never know who you might inspire by putting your picture out there, right? Putting what you did with that page out there. There's so many people who are just so incredibly inspired, and so inspiring, right? And so don't ever think that yours isn't enough, right? It absolutely is. And we love seeing these on Sonder Club. So just a few little things. We do still have the refer a friend promotion going on, where you refer a friend, they use your link, you get $10, they get $10 to use. They do still have the annual subscriptions. If you pay for those up front, you get a pretty big discount there. And there is the feedback survey that comes in your email, or you can also, and Katie's dropping the links in here as well. You can also kind of let them know if you'd like different kinds of socials, if you'd like different times. Always, if you ask them for different times, be sure and let them know what time zone you're in, because they're in Pacific time. So if you're an East Coaster, you want to make sure to let them know if you say 8 p.m. East Coast time, right? So they can kind of adjust and think about that. But, and Katie also put the YouTube link in the chat where you can watch. We have, gosh, there's over 600 now, different social. Go and find an old one. Those are always kind of fun to pull out if you haven't been with us for a while, right? So yeah, and share. Kimberly's saying, I can't wait to see everyone's examples and their playlist link, right? Feel free to share your playlist links, the songs that you were using, any of those kinds of things. So again, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here. And even if you don't participate in the chat, I see Susanna saying like, I don't participate in the chat very often, which is totally fine. We know that you're here, if you're getting something out of it. Sometimes it's a little much to try to do chat and try to do your journal. So I totally get that. But we love to see you here. We love to know that you're spending some time with us, and spending some time for yourself, right? That good old self-care. So I will pop in the link to my Spotify playlist from tonight, where there's more songs than what I played, but they're kind of a fun set. And hopefully we will see you again, a weekend setup. We've got all kinds of setups coming. We're working on March schedule already, so those should be up pretty soon. So thank you all so much. Have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your evening, a great weekend, and hopefully we will see you again soon.
Yo, tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig ah.
If you want my future, forget my past.
If you wanna get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we could be just fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig ah.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover,